You have a choice. You can have the boat or the mystery box.
What, are you crazy? We'll take the boat.
Not so fast, Lois. A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. You know how much we've wanted one of those.
And let's just...
We'll take the box.
We'll take the box. You gave up a boat and 3 tickets to a crappy comedy club.
We interrupt the program. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow.
Holy shit.
Come with me if you want to live. Lol.
Alrighty folks, it is October, so the topic for this video is going to be zombie apocalypse preparation. Now I'm going to be mainly focusing on guns because that's the fun stuff, but first let's take a look at this public service announcement.
Hey you. Yes, you. Are you taking good care of yourself? Good. Are you eating a healthy diet? Good. Are you drinking plenty of fluids? That's great. Good thing you're staying away from those sugary soft drinks. It's also a great thing you are prioritizing drinking plenty of fresh water.
Alright folks, obviously what I'm getting at here is make sure you're eating right, staying away from that super ultra processed foods, you know, like fast foods for instance. Instead of going and getting those French fries, maybe substitute that in with some fresh vegetables. Instead of getting that super tall coffee that's loaded with all the different sugars, maybe make yourself a protein smoothie. Now I'm not saying don't drink coffee, I do enjoy myself some coffee every now and then, but it's a dehydrating drink, remember that. Just because it's made with water doesn't mean it's a water substitute. If you're going to be drinking coffee, make sure you're upping your water intake. Aside from just eating right and drinking plenty of fluids, also make sure you're getting plenty of sleep. And get yourself plenty of exercise, whether that be going outside, going for runs. Maybe if running's not your thing, at least get outside, go for walks, walk the dog. Whatever it may be, take care of yourself, get plenty of exercise. If you're not taking care of your body now, what do you think is going to happen after a complete collapse, especially with the topic of this video being the zombie apocalypse? Take care of yourself. That is the #1 thing. Now, let's move on to the fun stuff. The guns. I'm going to be breaking down the guns into 3 categories. That will be rifles, pistols, and shotguns. Let's start with pistols. Now, pistols or handguns are an interesting category because they can be viewed as your primary weapon if you're not carrying a long gun at the time and you just have a handgun on your side. Or it's your backup weapon, your last-ditch effort once your primary weapon runs out of ammo. So make sure you're picking something that is reliable. I would stick to a couple common calibers. I'm looking at the 45 ACP or the 9mm. For instance, with 45 ACP, 1911s are a very good platform. They've been around for over 100 years. Now, some people like to give 1911s a hard time, and they do have their cons. You gotta be careful of the magazine capacity, so make sure you're carrying plenty of magazines for them, especially if they're chambered in 45. You're looking at 7, 8, maybe extended rounds up to 10 rounds, which is a very low amount of rounds. However, the 1911s, like I said, they've been around for over 100 years. They're proven and very reliable. Now, sticking with that 45 ACP platform, let's go with something that's got highly proven reliability, and that would be something like the HK Mark 23 or the USP series. They're very proven, very reliable, especially the Mark 23. It's got plenty of testing in the military. It is a gun that you can bet your life on. Now, moving away from the 45 ACP, let's take a look at a couple 9mm options. One that I like is the Beretta 92, double action, single action. This one here is a Langdon Tactical Edition. It's a G model, decocker only. Very nice platform. You get a higher round count than what you would out of a 45 ACP gun. And the military did carry the Beretta 92s for several decades, so it is a very proven platform. Another good category in this would also be the Sig Sauer P226. Now moving on to probably the crowd's favorite, which would be your 9mm striker fired guns like this Glock. This one here is a Glock 19X. Obviously everybody's heard the track record that Glock has for being a highly reliable platform. If you don't like Glocks, there's plenty of other 9mm striker fired guns that are out there, like the Sig Sauer P320. You can also take a look at the Smith & Wesson M&P series. Just about any gun manufacturer, if they make handguns, they make a striker-fired pistol. Now let's move on to the category of rifles. This will probably be the most practical primary weapon you can have in a zombie apocalypse. One great option is an AR-15 platform. Now the AR-15 has proven itself to be a very reliable system. It is extremely accurate and extremely modular for adding different kinds of accessories onto it. There's a reason why it's deemed America's rifle. Now, to kind of go with the opposite of the AR-15 platform, you'll look at an AK platform rifle. Now, AKs are always viewed as being highly reliable, and that's true. However, they do stop. I actually did have a stoppage with this with a double feed at the range. They're not impossible to stop. As with any other gun can have a malfunction, and you should know how to clear any malfunction that you have. Which is also why the first category of carrying handguns is very important if your first primary weapon goes down. Now another great option in the rifle category will be your bullpup style rifles like this Steyr AUG. Now bullpups are unique because they have excellent ballistics, they have long full-length barrels, yet they're shorter than your AK and AR platforms because the action all happens behind the trigger. Now another great weapon system to consider would be something like an MP5 variant gun. The MP5 fires the 9mm, so it's the same cartridge as at least half the handguns I talked about. The MP5 is a very robust and very reliable and proven platform. There's a reason why many people would consider it a great zombie apocalypse weapon. Now the last category we'll be talking about is shotguns. The most popular gauge of shotguns is 12 gauge, so that's what we'll be discussing here today. Now there's a couple different types of actions you can look at for shotguns. For instance, we have this Benelli M1 Super 90, which is a semi-automatic shotgun. Benellis are very proven and reliable semi-automatic guns. They're inertia driven. One benefit of the semi-automatic shotgun is very fast follow-up shots. Negative to semi-automatic shotguns is potentially reliability issues. To alleviate any kind of reliability issue to get out of a semi-automatic shotgun, maybe you'd consider carrying a pump-action shotgun like this Mossberg 590A1. Mossberg 590A1 is a very proven platform. It's carried by the military. It is a pump-action 12 gauge. Pump action meaning you have to pump the action after every time you fire. They're not as fast as a semi-auto shotgun, but definitely much more reliable. Another category of shotgun that's kind of silly would be your hybrid guns, kind of like the Franke Spaz 12, which is semi-automatic and pump action. With that said, it doesn't do either one of these extremely well. It is a piston-driven semi-auto, which is not quite as reliable as Benelli's inertia-driven system. It can be converted to pump action, but it's not really a true pump action shotgun either, as it just pushes that piston system back. It's also very heavy. If you're using this as your zombie apocalypse weapon, you're kind of just more or less carrying around a movie star. Now the guns I have shown here are just some options that you can take. There's plenty of other options out there as well. I'm sure there are other people out there that are saying that they have the best setup ever, and that's fine. Just whatever you choose, make sure you're choosing a reliable platform and make sure you're getting out to the range and training with it. Guys, thanks for watching.